It's the Jestworld podcast. That's me, Brad Reed, and my co-host, Chip Goddard.
Howdy.
Chip, we have been doing these episodes so far. We've been recapping all of season 1. So far, we've been through episodes 1 through 3 was episode
episode 2. Because
right?
we did the trailers.
Which we got new trailers.
I know, we're going to have to do that later.
Yeah, so we're going to have trailers a little later. We're going to have theories later on, too. We are getting so close because the last few weeks we had to watch 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
And hopefully you guys did, too, or have seen that as we continue these recaps.
I'm actually really happy because this is our last 3-episode stint.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I like the show, but it feels like homework.
It does feel like homework. Like we just had an hour-long meeting to go over everything. It was a lot of fun, though. But we're called Jestworld because we do have fun while we're doing the podcast and coming up with all of our theories. And we hope that you guys find it to be fun, too. Hopefully you've watched these episodes. And we're going to go ahead and get right into our recaps here.
So we'll jump right into episode 7.
Yeah, it was Trump Lil.
Trump de Lille.
Yeah. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think that's the official pronunciation.
Is that the official Francois?
Trump Lille.
Trump Lil?
Little.
Trump Ladle?
It's, yeah. You got a little French in your mouth. I can't help it. Yeah.
A little French in my mouth.
Right.
I don't know how that sounds. Okay, so Trump Lil.
It's an art technique that uses realistic imagery to create the optical illusion that the depicted object exists in 3 dimensions.
Okay, so it's kind of like in Mallrats where the guy's staring at that picture, but he can't see the. Was it a sailboat?
It is. It's a schooner.
A schooner. Yeah, so it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, it's giving an object 3-dimensional appearance on
right.
2-dimensionals.
Yeah, I feel you. So. It's tricking you basically into seeing something and thinking it's 3D real.
Yeah,
it's like
Nintendo 64. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not actually in 3 dimensions. You're depicted on a 2-dimensional screen.
True. But in real life, I guess everything's 3D. But if whatever you see on the screen, that's 2D.
Right.
So what's 4D?
Blows
your mind.
Yeah,
that's gonna blow your mind. And what would be 1D?
1D, I don't know.
Yeah.
Be a dot?
So I hope nobody's stuck in a 1D universe out there.
That would be miserable.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be terrible. Maybe that's for the people who do real bad. If you believe in reincarnation or something like that, they go to a 1D universe.
Like the negative zone from Superman.
Yeah, exactly. So Trump Lil. This was a big one because, and we've talked about it on the show in the past, you've seen it all, but this was the one where they revealed Bernard, he's a host.
Yeah, Bernard's a host. He's just a fake Arnold.
Yeah. And when I first saw this, when I was watching the season, back a couple years ago now, that was big. It was huge at the time.
Oh, right.
Because you thought maybe, but it was just so sad to think that maybe that was the case. But we find it out. And then not only that, Ford has Bernard kill Teresa.
Teresa, yeah.
She was giving up the information to Delos.
Yeah.
And Ford was aware.
Yeah, and Elsie had just died.
Right.
Bernard kills Elsie.
So after this, I mean, we kind of find out that Ford, we've been asking, is he the villain? We find out he's a super villain. He's a bad guy because he's not only controlling people that are living with his hosts,
right?
But he's cruel to the hosts themselves because we're going to kind of talk about 7, 8, and 9 in bunches here.
For as much as Bernard could, if he loved Teresa.
Yeah.
As far as he knew, I mean, if you feel like you're real, right?
Right. Well, not only that, but Ford. I don't know. It's like he's cruel to Bernard because he gives him the story of his dying son.
Yeah.
His
cornerstone.
Yeah. Right. Which you're right. It's kind of how they come to life, I guess. They have to have this
major
one
tragedy.
thing that they can build off of.
Because that's we find out that was Maeve's cornerstone, is her daughter.
Right.
But like that was corrupted, and they had to remove that.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, we're jumping ahead. That's episode 8.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say is
Yeah.
past episodes, we've kind of gone episode by episode. This one, we've got so much to talk about today
There's a lot.
that we're just going to kind of lump it all together.
Yeah.
We're not going to, worry about the parameters of which episode.
We've expected you to watch these episodes.
Yeah. It seems unnecessary to me that Ford would make, he offers Bernard a chance to get rid of these memories of Teresa and what he did to her, and even the fact that they were lovers. He would just see her as, he would have a warm feeling as a coworker.
It wasn't an opportunity. He didn't give him a choice.
Well, I mean, you're right, but he made him do these things by covering up that he killed Teresa before he would do that. And that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you have to just program him however you want?
Who knows? I mean, is it part of that whole, is it better to have loved and lost than to
or
never have loved at all?
Well, what it means,
he was approaching consciousness. He wanted to roll him back.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what his fear was.
It takes me back to when he was telling Bernard, beware, don't for an instant think that these hosts have any life in them. He was really adamant about not to give any credence to that because they were programmed. They're not alive. And then he treats Bernard like he's alive, like he's a live thing that he can be cruel to. It's almost, and I don't know if it's like his, like how somebody might want a robot or whatever these things are now. They're like organic clones or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. But, if you had one for pleasures, Ford's pleasure might be to be cruel to it in ways that he can't be cruel to maybe people in the real world.
Well, I mean, if anybody's got a God complex.
Yeah, so is he God, the devil? Is he both, the yin, the yang?
Speaking of which, this is Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah, it is Easter.
Happy Easter.
As we're recording this. Yeah.
But yeah, it's part of probably his whole God complex. What's the point of giving somebody a cookie if you can't take it away?
Right. There was a part in the episode, though, that I thought was interesting, and it was tipping us off to the fact that Bernard was a host, where Bernard doesn't see a door.
The door, yeah, it's great the way they did this because the whole time they do it, you don't see the door. Mm-hmm. And then when Teresa mentions it, she's like, "Oh, what about this?"
Right.
It's like, "What door? Well, what?" They pan back and it's there.
Yeah.
I had to rewind it because it just makes me feel crazy.
Right. Right. And so you didn't see the door either.
Right. You don't see it because it's not there.
That makes me wonder, is the show trying to program us? Because I think it is. Why wouldn't we see that door?
Right.
Are we the hosts? Are we the robots?
I mean, I kind of brought it up when we were going over before the show, but there's that, again, I'm going to plug it again, 8-bit philosophy.
Sure.
Are humans different than computers?
Right.
And it talks about, it's a Kant. And it's the way they talk about it is if you can program a computer and you can understand how it reacts to things.
Right.
It's going to react the same way 100 times. If you can figure out how it's going to do that, you can control it.
Right. Sure.
Can you do the same with people?
Yeah. I mean, you can. I guess you could condition people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what television is? Is they want us to feel things, so they give us characters that they know they're going to kill off.
Right. Yeah, and then that way they can sell some ads.
Right.
What we're talking about here is Kant and his determinism.
Yeah. Ought implies can.
Right.
So if computer, if you give it a command, it will do it.
Right.
Like if you give a human command, he feels like he probably should do it.
Right.
He feels like he ought to do it.
Right.
But that implies that he has the choice whether or not to do it.
Right. So basically what we're talking about is these hosts, because they are programmed to do something, that's the difference between me or you being alive. We have the choice not to do it.
Right. But now they're getting in these loops with these reveries where they remember and they can react differently.
Right.
So, I mean, they've found it with people that have like memory issues, like 50 First Dates.
Right.
Is it 50 First Dates? The Adam Sandler one?
Yeah. Yeah, with Drew Barrymore, where she, every time she goes to sleep or whatever, she wakes up and...
You can watch these interviews with people that actually have these issues, and they react exactly the same way every time.
Really?
Yeah. If they were in, if the first thing they remember is waking up from a car accident,
yeah,
they're going to ask about the car accident every time.
Wow.
And you give them the same answer, they're going to react the same way. It's really kind of neat.
It's funny that the issues that whole thing brings up that we were just talking about, like I say, what's the difference between us being alive and them, the hosts, not being alive? Or are we being programmed ourselves?
Yeah.
I guess you could make a Venn diagram of all the different things that you could add to that conversation.
Right.
There's a lot of rabbit holes to go down, which is kind of a Alice in Wonderland type reference, but you see like in the show, right?
Right, but Alice in Wonderland's so overdone.
Yes.
Like, it's in everything.
It is in everything, like Gotham, like everything I watch. I see some kind of Alice in Wonderland. But what one is it? Which was the one that you saw?
The one in this, it was when he was talking, it was the Mad Hatter quote, when he was reading to his son.
Oh, okay.
If he was creating a world of his own, nothing would be what it is. So
Right.
everything would be what it isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a good clue because it's one of those things that the whole show, everything isn't what you think it's going to be. Bernard isn't who you thought. You didn't know that he was a host. At least a lot of the characters didn't anyway.
Well,
but
and the kid dying in the memory.
Yeah, that's so mean.
But really, that's what sets him free.
Right.
Because he follows it all the way to the end. It's something that he never wanted to follow through.
True.
So he had to like muscle through it.
That's true.
And then he found out that, it's all fate.
Just one more thing that stands out to me about Ford with the Bernard thing is there's just no telling who Ford has actually made to infiltrate and who hasn't, because for all we know, Teresa could have been another host, and this could have just been one of his weird power plays that he likes to have, played out.
He likes to watch these two people like bang each other. It's gross.
Yeah. No,
That's how
but
he gets off.
Teresa does get killed and all that. But Charlotte, she's in danger.
Yeah,
because she's wanting to overthrow Ford. But
I mean, you always get the feeling that the Man in Black in the previous 3 episodes, the Man in Black and Ford are at odds.
Yeah,
but the Man in Black's just more interested in his games.
So we're about in the conversation to probably episode 8, which was called Trace Decay. Maeve,
she's got god powers now.
Yeah, she's trying to wake them up.
They give her admin status.
Yeah, which later on, she uses it on Hector, which you've got a new name for Hector.
It's Xerxes.
Xerxes the sex robot?
Xerxes the sex robot.
That's because Charlotte, there's this whole deal where they've got Hector.
they patch him up. And he's immediately needed upstairs.
Yeah. And then we find out what for.
Yeah, Charlotte's just banging away.
Yeah, I think that was that back in 7, because Teresa walks in on them and then has the conversation about everything. And I think we could have the conversation now about what Delos really is. Or I don't even know. We can't answer that yet, though, can we?
I mean, who knows?
But you kind of got some ideas and theories. Are we going to talk about that now, or would that be in theories?
Well,
later?
I mean, that could just be Delos. Could be just trying to program people.
Oh, okay,
Just that might be what they're trying to do. They're using all these simulations to figure out like an algorithm to how a human would react.
You were talking about that screenshot that you had.
That's episode 8 or 8 or 9. But anyway, it's Maeve's brain when she's going through the issue with her daughter. Bernard and Ford are seeing that she's reacting weird.
Right.
They show a real quick clip of Bernard's tablet. Yeah, it's a picture of her her working mind, and it looks like the maze.
That does look like the maze. That really does. And so that plays a lot into it too, because we kind of talked about how the maze could be the, if once you solve it, that's the key to consciousness.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what they're talking about. Like that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
But that's just a byproduct. They're not trying to get conscious, or the programmers aren't trying to get them to have consciousness.
Right. One thing about the maze is, of course, the Man in Black. That's been his obsession throughout this whole deal. And we kind of find out in, I believe, episode 8, that the Man in Black, the reason that he's come to the park this last time Well, maybe was it this last time that he killed Maeve and his daughter?
Well,
or was that a time before?
It was just another time before.
So that time, I guess he had come because
he wanted to do something truly evil,
and that was because his wife had committed suicide.
Maybe. Like that's yes, she did. I mean, that's what I believe. That's,
right.
That's what most people believe.
It was like an overdose.
Yeah. He says she took the wrong pills and then took a bath.
Right.
And I guess she drowned in the bath.
Right.
But the daughter hates him because she says it's suicide. Mm-hmm. So
adding that gives it a little bit of tragedy to the Man in Black, which, that's his cornerstone.
It is. It makes you feel for him.
Yeah, and so you want him to find this center of the maze for whatever he thinks. I mean, he still doesn't know. They've told him it's not for you, but at this point, it's still a mystery till the next episode for him.
And I mean, here's the $1 million question: is any of what he did truly evil?
You would say no if you're just saying that these hosts aren't alive.
If you're in a video game, killing video game characters isn't evil.
Right. You're right.
But who knows? I mean, these people are being rebuilt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, it's just there's so many little glimmers of, I think they might be alive. And then later on, you find out that maybe that's all just been programmed. And again, determinism. Let's talk about this real quick. I want to talk about how young Man in Black, which by this point, we've all know that William is the young Man in Black. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't, spoilers. But you should have probably already done your homework.
He should be drinking milk.
Yeah. He got to the center of Dolores's maze.
He sure did. He gave that whole speech about how, the outside world's not real. This is real.
Yeah.
But I liked books. And
Yeah.
It was.
Was that, and he's looking at basically a 2D world he thinks it's a 3D world.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably one of those guys that gets way too into video games.
Yeah. What they're showing is how hard he falls in love with this made-up creature that's not alive.
This romanticized story.
Yeah. And then how bad that later on causes him to give up hope.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a man without hope, and he's a man without any challenge.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't have anything to look forward to.
Well, he talks about he's a god of industry, and he can do anything he wants in the real world. So he comes here to be real.
And so a guy who does that with a wife at home, I mean, no wonder she offed herself.
Well, I mean, and then there's, again, I'm assuming everybody here has at least seen the whole story, or most of it. Mm-hmm. But he does Logan pretty darn wrong. He ties him naked to a horse and rides him around. Pretty much probably makes everybody think he's crazy.
Yeah, which you kind of wanted that for Logan, though. By the time that all that happens, but you kind of feel sorry for Logan, too.
Logan's a prick, but I mean, who knows? Again, I guess another good question would be, who's playing the game correctly?
Yeah.
Is he playing the game correctly, or is William playing the game correctly?
Exactly, yeah. So it could all just be fun and games.
Yeah.
Logan, he might get back and be like, "You asshole," but...
Yeah, I mean, I used to play Smash Brothers with a group of friends, and we would just kill the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And then,
So, kind of around episode 9, the well-tempered Clavier. Did I say that one with enough whatever in my mouth?
Enough French?
Should I put some French in it?
I
don't think
Clavier, or however you say it. Mm-hmm. It's a keyboard.
Right.
Like a piano or some kind of keyboarded instrument.
Right.
If you look at a couple different definitions, he actually even brings up a key bearer. That's like the old middle English, Latin version, or however it is. At one point, when Man in Black is sitting around the fire with William and the blonde gal that was his valet.
Yeah. She had been repurposed. Right.
Well, you can't waste a pretty face.
Yeah, she was pretty, and William had turned her down all those years ago.
That's probably why she beat him over the head.
Right?
Yeah, a grudge.
Yeah.
So when William, Teddy, and then the pretty blonde girl that was his valet in the beginning, Man in Black's talking to her, and he says that he's looking for a door, and there's a man like a door master.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of got the Beetlejuice vibe. But I don't know. I thought the Middle English translation meaning key bearer pretty spot on. You could either be talking about Teddy or it could be talking about Dolores.
Right.
And Teddy could be the key to Dolores, and Dolores is the person guarding the door.
Bernard, he helps Maeve.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he doesn't intentionally help Maeve. She controls him to do
right.
it. Yeah.
Right. So she is playing God.
Yeah, she's totally got God powers now.
So she's God, Ford's the devil, and Man in Black is the Antichrist. What's going on here, Chip? Tell me.
That's a good question. I don't know.
We'll need to, like, once we get to...
I don't think there's any good guy there.
Next podcast, when we go over the season finale, we'll kind of have to find the, maybe interior meanings to some of this.
Yeah.
Because it could be something like that. But there's also, ways to break it down that we'll kind of look at once we've gone over everything. But I just think that what we're going to find out is that a lot of the people that we think are real are hosts, and we won't even know. Like, we thought maybe Stubbs was dead.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he's back. My money's on Felix and Sylvester being hosts.
But I think Stubbs could be a host too.
Yeah.
Like Ford could be. He could have made. I guess basically because they find that he's making off-grid hosts.
Yeah.
And I think he could kill anybody, replace him with a host, and no one would know the wiser.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. So the writer, at some point, he could kill him and put a host in his place that he can control.
That's what I feel like they're going to do. Is they're going to be rounding up the Delos, board members and survivors,
right?
And they're going to kill them and replace them.
At some point, the Man in Black could be replaced.
He'd have to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, since he's interacted with Dolores so many times over the years, for 30 years, his whole being, more or less, since it could be calculated with algorithms and how he reacts to things, he could already have a young body host.
Oh, yeah.
Not for himself, but Dolores could be like, I want the young William.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah. So what you think is like she would have a young William that's just to kind of keep her entertained in the off times when she's not got anything to do.
Yeah. More well,
It could be possible.
It's not a sex doll William. It's more like she's trying to recapture his young, hopeful innocence.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like it's the William she wants to remember him as, not the rapey in the barn,
right?
Man in Black.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, let's
her romanticized version of him.
True.
Yeah,
that would make sense. We're going to kind of wrap it up with the recap here, but Bernard tries to kill Ford. And
it doesn't work.
It does not work, and we actually find out that that's, it's happened before.
It's happened before, and Ford goes so far as to hardwire his controls in. Like even this Clementine who had her brain scrambled, and she's just a meat puppet. Incredibly attractive meat puppet, but a meat puppet nonetheless. How crazy is that? Like, he needs to be in control that bad.
Yeah, totally. It seems kind of weird to me that Bernard would even be able to attempt to try to kill Ford because he basically is under Ford's control.
Well, I guess when he was talking to Elsie at one time, Bernard was saying that with repetition comes variation.
Right.
And that's kind of what these reveries are, is it kind of speeds up that variation. So this may be just, he's done it so many times that he kind of works in a failsafe and he remembers that Ford's going to fuck with his brain.
Right. Right.
All his memories.
It's just crazy. Yeah. And it just speaks a lot to Ford now as we get ready for the season finale.
It really you like Ford in the beginning, and then it slowly is like, oh no, this dude's actually crazy.
Right,
he's really crazy.
Yeah, and so what ends up happening? Ford forces Bernard to kill himself. Yeah, and so like I say, he could have made him shut himself down like he did the old bartender.
But it's easier.
Yeah.
It incapacitates him. He's like, oh, get to rebuild you.
Yeah. But he makes Bernard kill himself. So, like I say, it's this whole drama that Ford creates. For what reason? Like, what does he get out of all this?
I will say I was a little disappointed in their choice of firearms.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was a 22.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
it bounces around, right?
Yeah. It just,
What would be your weapon of choice for offing yourself?
For offing myself?
Chip?
357, 44 mag.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I do not want to be polite to the people that have to clean up my body.
Nice.
Really want to mess.
Terrible. Selfish. Well, I won't say selfish. There are people out there who have issues that,
No.
We're not going to get into all that.
If I were to kill myself that way, that'd be totally selfish.
Well, yeah.
Not going to do that. No one needs to call anybody.
Yeah. Are you sure, though, Chip? Do we have to have a talk?
We'll have an intervention.
Yeah. We're all this determinism talk, maybe it's got you down.
It does. No,
we had to remember we're Jestworld, not Depressed World.
Depressed World.
Yeah. But that's depressing stuff. He made him kill himself. Yeah. So that's where we are right now at the end of episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. I don't think there were anything other. Oh no, we get to see William go nuts.
Oh yeah.
That was when he killed everybody in that whole army.
Right.
That's when he took one of those guys apart and he was all gears and circuits and stuff.
You're right. That's right. And if you didn't know there was different timelines, you start seeing a lot of it there. Where he said back in the day that's kind of how it was. Now you can't even hardly tell that there's any difference organically. So since the last time we did our podcast, there was a couple new trailers that dropped.
Yep.
We had the first one that came out at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then
there was one before the Super Bowl.
Was there one?
Yeah.
Ah.
The Super Bowl one was the Kanye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. So now we got 4 trailers.
Yep.
And April 22nd is when Westworld starts.
Yep.
So we're going to watch the 2 trailers, but you, the listener, should go to whatever device you have, whether it's an iPad, computer, whatever, and go to YouTube, I think. What's the name of this trailer exactly?
It's the Season 2 official trailer.
Official trailer. So, okay, go to that one, pull it up, and you can pause what you're doing right now, but we're going to watch the trailer. We're going to do that. So hopefully you've got it pulled up. Here we go.
Okay.
I dreamt I was on an ocean.
It's Bernard waking up on a beach.
You.
There was an empty glass. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
In the ocean? These must be all party guests.
No.
What's it mean?
Oh, cool. Mobile.
Dreams
There's like a
don't mean
mobile
anything
command
to us.
center.
Oh, yeah, like on the beach.
Yeah.
That answer doesn't seem to satisfy you.
Because it's not completely honest.
Or is that Arnold from like a different...
Yeah, I think that's probably Arnold.
I love this music, though.
Never stop
Nirvana.
thinking about
Yeah.
your actions.
I'm gonna have to get Season 2, like the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Price you'd have to pay if there was a reckoning.
Is that Young William?
It looked like it, but...
That reckoning is here.
And that was the valet, right?
Yeah. Oh, there was a dead person on like the actual command center.
The stakes were never real.
Now Bernard's like with a whole group of people.
Like
or
SWAT
Arnold.
guys.
Free.
She's something reprogrammed. She's not real.
Oh, Maeve's with the writer talking about her daughter.
Here we are.
Young
And
William.
that will never know death. And yet we're fighting to live.
And then we see like some Mad Max looking.
Look like the little Xerxes the sex doll's back.
Blood. Is this really what you want?
Old man in black. Old William.
It's us or them.
Ghost Nation.
Revenge. It's just a different practice.
That was Charlotte. She was wearing like a flak vest.
Or was it Charlotte?
I mean, true.
They wanted a place hidden.
Clementine.
Like
the
original
old one.
Clementine.
Yeah.
Else in mind entirely.
Whoa.
That was awesome where whatever that was.
Samurai World. Shogun World.
I know exactly what is out there.
Maeve looked like she had infiltrated Shogun World.
Yeah. I mean, she's a god. They probably.
Would you ever be frightened of me?
You know what they've done? They've probably split up or the whole park into sections, like who controls what.
Right.
Like different warlords.
So, I mean, is she going to show us the other parks, I wonder, in season 2?
Oh, I bet. Yeah, she's
That'd be
going to have to
awesome.
go in there.
That'd be awesome. Okay, so and then another trailer came out this week too. I mean, so I don't know when the first one of the Nirvana trailer came out, but this one came out pretty quick. So
Yeah, what happened is some more obsessed fans than we are found a code in that trailer we just watched.
Right.
I mean, of course, this is Westworld, so there's going to be stuff that doesn't mean anything.
right.
Stuff that means everything. But I guess it led them to a website.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So this wasn't like an official release. This is something that some Redditors dug up or something.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty dope.
And this is actually on the Delos Incorporated website. Right? It's delosincorporated.com/freedom. It's just a page with a trailer.
Okay.
So we're going to start that now.
You are our spark, our inspiration.
So it's like an ad.
We build technologies that push the limits of this world.
Wait, these are all
and
clips
offer an escape
from
route to new ones.
season 1.
Oh, okay.
For over 30 years,
Yeah.
our Delos destination sparks have redefined possibilities,
See, there's a little.
identity, and even reality as we know it.
That's not
And
a
it all
sound
started
issue from us. That's
Right.
actually on the.
With
Yeah, there's
Westworld.
like some digital blips and
One
stuff.
man's dream brought to life with scientific advancements only Delos could provide. Expanded into an entire
Shogun
universe
World.
Yeah.
only Delos could imagine.
Oh, what was that?
Places without limits, bespoke and tailored just for you.
This is
Where sparks fly,
this is weird.
Yeah.
it feels like magic.
Whoa!
Because it's
It's one of those white guys breaking his own neck, or like popping his head.
It just goes so quick. It's like you don't know.
Limits.
Delos. What? And then what? It looked like almost like a little fight scene.
If we can rewind it real quick.
Yeah. You gotta artfully pause if you want to see, like, because like I say, they use all these cut scenes where they're just jumping. But it's pretty sweet, and it again makes me wonder. It's like it's being digitally sent to you to receive, but
Sorry.
something's interfering.
Our inspiration.
That's all right.
No, I'm just trying to get that picture. I think it's one of the white guys throwing Bernard against the wall.
I think that they are intentionally making it to where you can't pause it.
Maybe. Yep, you're probably right.
Like it really is.
Delos.
Yeah. Dang it, Delos.
For all the podcasters that can't see me out there, so every one of them,
Yeah.
I'm shaking my fist in the air.
Yes, totally. He's angry at Delos. But that's so cool. It's interesting that they could unlock that code and that it was actually something. Because, it's like the Bible code. Have you ever read that?
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like
Which one?
If you run enough numbers, you'll find something.
Well, yeah. What's the old saying? You get enough monkeys in a room with a typewriter, you get Shakespeare.
Oh yeah. You'll definitely get an episode of Jestworld.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's technically how we write this.
That is how we write it. Yeah. So, man, all these trailers for season 2, I'm so excited. April 22nd.
It's gonna be great.
It is going to be great. We're going to probably watch them together.
Yep.
And then do some sort of maybe like a Facebook Live thing where we do our first reaction segment.
Yeah.
And then record the rest of the show.
We're gonna try to get that out as soon as possible afterward.
Yeah. Because we want to be able to kind of react to it and then find out what everybody else is thinking about it and what their theories are. We have an email. It's jestworld@gmail.com. We want you to send your theories and opinions and all kinds of stuff to us. We've got the Facebook page. So that's really cool. I think now we should get into maybe some of our our theories and you showed me a picture the other day that blew my mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Every week somebody blows my mind with something.
Well, okay. Got a little nostalgic, got that fever. So I was going back and watching the old Alien movies.
That was the first Alien movie. Is such a great movie. That was more like a horror movie, just in space, and then they got a little more sci-fi and stuff as they went on. But that first one had that feel.
It had a much larger budget going out.
Well, yeah,
like they're like, oh, these people like this movie.
But I just liked the feel of the first one, but there was a lot of things that they kind of had in common that you had already mentioned anyway with, Milky Rapist and
well, yeah, I just thought it was funny that, when he was drinking milk, he's milk coming out of his blood hole.
Sure.
And that reminded me of the Bishop and stuff from that's why I named my dog Bishop.
From Aliens.
From
huh?
Aliens. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were all filled with like milk and spaghetti.
Yeah, it was so gross. I remember when I was real young, I saw that and I thought that was just so disgusting. But watching the movie later, like as an adult, I had a lot better appreciation for that movie. But you also showed the logos.
Yeah.
Which we'll need to post to our Facebook page so people can see them. But
we'll put them in like a single picture.
Sure.
We'll do that. Yeah. But the Weyland-Yutani Corporation logo and the Westworld logo, very similar.
Google it. Google the pictures, and see what we're talking about.
The Weyland-Yutani's slogan was "Building Better Worlds,"
right?
Which kind of
building better worlds. Yeah. Westworld.
Well, if you think about it, if you want to break down adventure genres, you could totally do. You want to go to a western, you want to go to a sci-fi / horror movie.
Yeah. And
Xenomorphs would be perfect for that.
Will Sigourney Weaver from Aliens Uno, will she be there? That's a good vacation, in my opinion.
The best connection I found was Alien Resurrection.
Oh, yeah.
And that had, I think it was Wincott? Michael Wincott?
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Michael Wincott. He was the captain of the Space Pirates.
Oh, okay.
And he was also Old Bill on Westworld.
Oh, yeah, from The Crow. As Travis said, the sister hawker.
No, sister hawker. Speaking of Travis, he can't be here tonight. It's Easter.
Yeah.
It is Easter.
One of those holidays.
I don't know. I don't have kids.
It feels like Thanksgiving today. Actually, it's really cold here in Oklahoma City.
So I think Michael Wincott, one of the very first storylines was a alien horror movie.
Oh. So he wasn't always a bartender. Mm-mm. Does Sigourney Weaver ever wear white shoes in Aliens?
She wears those like knee-high Reeboks, which are super cool.
Yeah.
I think they made them actually for a while.
I want to get a pair.
They're like $600.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
I have some Freddy Krueger Nikes that are like really rare. I'll trade them for anybody who's got some alien Reeboks.
Or some of the
they got to be size 12 though.
Or the Back to the Future shoes.
Oh,
yeah, that are out now. Like they have the Marty McFly Future.
Yeah. Yeah, I want those. I was just watching the Back to the Future franchise the other day, so.
But that opens up. There's a lot of actors that are in the Alien franchise.
Yeah,
like I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones, he's in Aliens 3.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's the least rapey of all the convicts that Sigourney Weaver's in there with.
The least rapey.
He's got a little bit in that with him, but he's like, I used to be a priest.
We weren't talking about who's going to rape Hermione. Do you remember that?
This is the end.
Yeah, this is the end. Anyway,
I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah,
I was like,
oh. All right. So, any other theories that we've got the aliens then is tied into our theory of everything, that everything is connected to the Westworld universe. But this could really be something.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be a really cool park to go
Yeah.
I would vacation there over Westworld for sure.
Absolutely. Any other big theories that have sprouted out of maybe these trailers we've seen or...
Not so much the trailers, but I have found it's called the Old Bill theory. Because Michael Wincott's, he has been said that he is coming, but he is going to be in the season 2. So I was looking into that, and he's the bot that Ford spent most time with downstairs.
Yeah, right.
So he could have been either programming like his part of his essence into him, or just giving him like enough info to have a command or something. But I think it's going to be him and then the kid Ford.
Right.
I think those are going to be 2 key characters that they have to get together, because they showed Kid Ford, he looked like he was dead or beaten up on the ground in that last trailer.
Interesting.
So
So even though we won't see Anthony Hopkins in season 2, the Ford character will live on.
right. Well, we have a fan that he's been sending me messages on the old Facebook.
Right.
That about he swears up and down that there's some actress out there that has been talking about that Anthony Hopkins is back for season 2.
Right. You're talking about Fanboy Tom.
I mean, I didn't want to say his name. I didn't want to embarrass him.
No. That's his name. Fanboy Tom.
Fanboy Tom.
Yeah. He's a good fan.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying that I looked all over the place. I couldn't find it.
Right.
But he swears he saw it.
Yeah. Well, he might be more up on that kind of stuff than us, even.
He might be. I don't know.
There's a lot of people that probably are. I mean,
Yeah.
we dig through and we watch the shows.
There's
but
just so much.
there's a lot.
The internet's a very large place.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff out there, though. I'm with you. I think that we're going to see Ford's character in some way, but like you said, it won't be Anthony Hopkins.
It'll be
but what's
young-
it called when the robots and the humans basically meet up when they become one?
Singularity.
Singularity. Yeah. So this could be a singularity situation where he's become, he's uploaded his soul or whatever you called it, his essence, and now he lives on.
Yeah.
Which also maybe could be what Delos's end game is.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about, we know that they're up to nothing good.
Yeah, they have an end game. They've brought it up.
But maybe that the way that they're trying to map minds and stuff is so that because their clients are the ultra rich. We've already established this. Maybe that's their way of uploading themselves into these robot hosts or whatever, any kind of the Matrix, whatever, to live forever, and then it's easy to go to these parks after that.
So Westworld's the new high tech Get Out.
Yeah. It is. So that's our theories.
Yeah.
I like that one though. All right, so there's this website that you've been on, right? That you can do bets and stuff regarding Westworld.
Yeah, it's a Future. It's FUTUUR.com.
It's not UF.
Nope, not UF. Nope.
No, but spell that out for everybody one more time.
FUTUUR.com.
Okay, sweet. And then you get some points or some currency.
Yeah, you sign in. They give you, right off the bat, they give you 1,000 points.
Oh, nice.
And you get to bet on just stuff. Like we could bet on Westworld. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So are we going to go through a bet right now? We're going to do a bet live.
Yeah, I've got 1,000 points. We could do it.
All right, let's do it. What are we going to bet on here?
Let me find it. See, you can bet on the Avengers. Which of the Avengers are going to die.
Oh, right. Oh, that's cool. But for those who are listening and you want to do it too, you can get on and create an account. And then once you get in, search for Westworld. Can they bet against us specifically?
No, it's not against us. It's just it's like a running odds thing.
Ah, gotcha. So you searched for Westworld and then found all these different scenarios.
It's just all these different questions.
Okay.
And
so let's see. Will other parks appear in season 2? So that's one that.
That's a given. That's easy.
Yeah. So, I mean, are they saying other than Shogun World?
It shows Shogun World in the yes answer.
Okay.
So.
Well, I would say yes.
Okay.
So we're going to bet on it.
We have 1,000 points. How much do you want to bet?
Let's bet 100.
100?
Yeah.
All right. Will the host manage to leave the park?
Oh, I'm going to say.
And it shows you the percentage. 51% of them say yes.
And how many say
41
no?
say no.
I'm going to say, I would say no, but.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they ever make it out of the park.
For season 2.
Right.
Okay.
Or ever, but yeah.
How many do you want to bet?
Let's see. What do you want to do, 50? Or do you want to go big?
Let's go 200.
Oh, yeah.
They gave us 1,000. I mean, why not, right?
So, yeah, we're 300. So we'll have 700 more. I see. All right.
See, and it changes the odds. It's kind of neat.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have?
Is the Man in Black dead? I don't think he is.
No.
I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he is either. But is he dead as of season 1, the start or the end? Is that what they're going to ask?
He got shot, and then he went down. So.
Right. But, yeah.
I'm going to say, let's just...
I think he lives through the whole thing.
Oh, yeah?
Well, no. I think he lives through
William?
through season 2.
Oh, okay.
But maybe into season 3, I could see him getting killed.
You
or
want to just
something.
do 50 shares on this?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Will the older version of Logan appear? So I'm assuming they mean Man in Black old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they've already shown. Well, that we don't know that that's the old version. Why haven't we seen an older version of Logan, or have we? We just didn't know it.
He might show up looking for Charlotte if my theory is correct and Charlotte's his daughter.
Okay. So yeah, let's go to let's say yes then.
Yeah. Okay. 100 shares.
Yeah, let's do it. What do we get with these with our winnings? Do we get like
I have no idea.
a gift certificate or?
I think you can buy them. You can buy extra points.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine there's some monetary weight. Like we probably have like $2 worth.
Here's a good one. Will Dr. Ford come back as a host? And see, that's what we were talking about. Might not necessarily be a Dr. Ford host.
Yeah.
So I say yes.
Yes. Let's go 200 shares.
All right. What does that leave us with?
I think there's some weird math going on because we're betting all these weird shares and we still have 650 points.
Nice. Let's see.
Will Stubbs appear in season 2? Yes.
Yeah.
Course.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
We've
already seen him.
Yeah.
Let's go like.
Let's bet 1,000 on it now.
Let's go like
650. We've already seen him.
Let's go like 300.
All right. Let's not get greedy.
Let's go like 3. Let's go 400.
Oh wow, 400.
420.
420. 2. 16.
There we go.
22.
That little scroll wheel thing.
Ooh, now we're going big. $422.
Will Hector Escatan appear in season? Of course, we've seen him.
Yeah.
He was in the trailer.
He's got to be. He's Hector, the sexy robot.
He's not Xerxes sexy. Okay, we have 161 left.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
just
he
blow
wasn't
it all in this
Hector,
last
the
one.
sexy robot. Okay, let's do
Bernard. Will Bernard take control of the park?
Ooh, no. I say no because I think it's going to be either Maeve or Dolores. I don't think it's going to be Bernard.
I mean, I would hope Bernard would, but he's not going to.
No.
Okay, we're going to go all the way. Boom. We just used all our points.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So, yeah, do that. I want everybody to go do that. Future, FUTUUR.com. They're not like advertising with us or anything.
No.
We're just doing this.
They
for
do
fun.
advertise with some people, though. Like
Do they?
If they wanted to send us a check, I'd totally be.
Oh, well, yeah, totally send us some money. But, yeah, I would say go do that and then let us know what bets you made, and we'll compare and everything later on and see, who's got what.
Yeah. This is like fantasy football, but fantasy show.
Fantasy Westworld. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I want Dr. Ford to come back.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
That would be great. I can't wait. I cannot wait for season 2. All right, the homework it's a lot less homework at the end. See, a lot of people have to do like a big finale, like the big final, paper or a big 100-question test. You just got to watch the season finale of Westworld season 1.
That's all you got to do.
Then when we come back, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about hopefully your theories, your future.com predictions or bets and all that. So we want to hear from you guys. Jestworld@gmail.com.
I think our sister station in Bangladesh has forgiven us because they liked a couple of our last posts.
Jestworld Films. That's
Just
2
World
words.
Films.
2 words.
3 words.
Well, it is 3 words. But the Jestworld.
Yeah, that's 2 words.
It's different than ours because it's 2 words.
Yep. And I've watched some of their videos. They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Some of them on YouTube and stuff.
There's one at the zoo that I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what he was saying, but...
It was their national zoo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, check them out. Give them a like.
Yeah,
Give us a like.
Yeah.
Give everybody a like.
Everybody, we need more likes in this world.
Yeah, that's true. We do. We have a YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to that.
Mm-hmm. We're actually going to start doing some videos.
Yeah, we are. We got one that we're planning on doing, the Guns of Westworld.
The Guns of Westworld.
Chip likes to collect them, which, our earlier conversation aside, don't be worried.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
I want to be professional. What's a want to be professional?
I don't know. You get paid?
An amateur?
Like, we're amateur podcasters.
That's with 2 U's.
Yeah.
You are.
Right. All right, that's the end of the show, Chip. It was a good one. You got a little bit of homework to do. Yeah. Watch the season finale, and then send us your theories. That's it. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to do it in APA. You don't have to cite anything.
I think MLA. I'm a big fan of MLA format.
We'll see you next time.
Adios.